uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom!
G'day Grubs, today I want to talk about winning more PUBG Mobile games and some of the tactics that I use in final circles to get across the line. As you can probably see from my lack of hair in the top right hand corner and the color of it, I'm an older guy. I'm over 50, 52, and I struggle with seeing the screen. And my finger movement is not what it once was. Basically, there's a lot against a good-looking old bloke like me doing well in a young man's game. But still, I compete and I remain competitive against, well, some of the best players on the servers when I'm rolling and rumbling. Now, one of the things that I have to do, obviously, is think ahead. So you can see this is a horrific circle. I'm rolling down into what looks like an absolute train wreck. There is one island in the middle of that river, and it apparently has gone to the full squad on the island. That is just a nightmare. So what I'm going to do here is put fiddlesticks up. You saw that. One of the best, probably, if not the best changes to PUBG Mobile for me has been fiddlesticks and the ability on Rondo to create craters with the actual grenades and explosions. And then I'm going to push my team forward. And I'm going to leave myself behind. I'm going to send my boys out. And I'm going to use my DSR with barrel extender to give them cover so that they can actually get forward and through. Now, it is a 3-on-4. Like, there's no way around this. And it's unlikely you pick up the win. But what I'm doing is the only real way I can see of getting us to that island. Now, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here. We don't win this game. But you can see they're not real keen on standing up and denying the boys from access. And that's because every once in a while, when they poke, I'm doing this to them. McDingling got there. Now that in itself is a huge victory. That is the only piece of land left in the circle. And we actually get 2 people on the place. And I'm knocking people left and right. McDingling goes down to a grand. What are you going to do? And now I've got to go as well. I get there a little late, we lose the game. But putting 2 people forward and covering like that, especially if you're good with a sniper rifle, is a big way of overcoming horrific circles. And there was a chat in the stream today where CJ was saying getting the circle is 90% of it. And it's true, it helps a lot. Like, that's one of the more crazy ideas right there. But it's not everything. If you watch this, there is a circle, it's getting late, there's 19 people left, 17 other humans, and we're going to be rolling in, and I'm going to mark basically where we want to go on the circle. But I don't actually go directly to that mark, and the reason is we're too early. Sometimes you'll get to the position you want to be in, but it's not the position that you want it to be yet. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a big hill right there on my left. You can see that. It's not in. The top of the hill is not in. But if I go to the level below, which is in, which I've just marked there, then anyone who rotates in late behind us is going to be able to drench us. And it's also a really tough way to get pinched. So what I will often do is just get to a holding position. Go into a holding pattern, almost like an airplane waiting in an airport. And the reason I do that is because of situations like this. If we were waiting down the bottom, holding that position, you will see there is a car that's just going to turn up. He was coming right up the top of this mountain, and we would have been in trouble because there is actually already someone down the bottom there on the ridgeline. So we would effectively have been very severely pinched. You've got to wait to rotate in sometimes. It's not just about being the first one there when it's a wide open area. It's also about being the one who gets there at the right moment. So instead of actually getting pinched and getting screwed, we end up putting these guys in a really compromising position and squaring them off. We get rid of both these guys. And the third guy down the hill that you just heard banging away there was the other part of the trap that was coming together. And you have to remember that we've progressed so far in PUBG Mobile, as I make sure the car doesn't escape. We've progressed so far in PUBG Mobile now that this kind of squad tactics where people are intentionally pinching you from 3 to 4 different directions at once is just incredibly common. It's so commonplace that if you don't start taking proactive steps to make sure that this is how you're rotating, you end up just getting rinsed. And it also helps very much that I'm playing with McDingling. Now, Dingers and I have been playing together for a very, very long time. So we're fast. And speed is what makes the difference. It's actually easier to play with 2 people who are moving incredibly quickly versus a full squad, which might feel safer, that's kind of lumbering around the map. When you get a full squad moving at that kind of pace, then you're talking about a really terrifying thing. And we've all been in those lobbies where there's just a squad that just drives around, 3 guys in a car, and it looks dodgy as hell, and they kill everyone. Anyway, let me show you a little bit more from this game. I wrongly forgot about the bloke down the hill. Dingers didn't know, so he clears him. That's good on Dingers. Absolutely saved my bacon there. Now, there are 3 others left, and it's a squad that we fought for a few games in a row, actually. We came third to them once, and another one we lost a gunfight where we got squeezed by 3 different squads at Stadium. They were the ones who ended up winning it. So they can play. And they're way out there. Now, they're going to make one of the most common mistakes that you will see anyone in PUBG Mobile make. I line this up, and I realize I've got a really good spot to clear him. And straight away, I see that Dingers has been knocked. Now, what they're going to do now is, look, I can't express enough how this is such a bad thing to do, but it is the bad thing that good players do the most. As soon as I get Dingers up, I am not going to screw around here watching for the angle. I am going to go to the furthest point of the circle that I can get to and wait for the guy who is going to take the flank. And I swear to God, if you just take one thing from this video, it is do this. Watch this. They will send a solo guy out here. They're so confident, and it's such a game-breaking play. They would have won this game if they just had it rolled up together. There he is. And it was such an obvious play for me. This is on North America, but I play on Asia, and on Asia, everyone from Bronze 5 up does this. And you can use it against good squads all the time. So they sent one guy up here, and then the other 2 started going. And I run in the blue here because that's the only way I can make sure that I'm not going to be visible to the guys in the ridgeline below. I also drive in the second car. So we've got 2 people, 2 cars. We own the circle. We've got a better outlook. But here's the thing, and this is the crazy part. Dingers, we're, like I said, we're on North America, so it's not the best ping. Dingers is going to get ripped by the bloke on the right. So fast, like just so quick. What are you going to do? And I'm trying to get him up. Here we go. We're going to get some fiddlesticks out so that we can possibly go and get the revive. I know there's a guy down on the bottom left, and what they're waiting for is for me to go and start getting the revive so that they can move up. So I want to make sure if I do get there, I'm going to get there in time to actually do something positive. It's very difficult, though. You can see. A little bit of screen lock there. Lovely. Here we go. Now, they took very, very wide angles. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Too slow, too slow. I thought we had more time. Big error on my part. Big, big error on my part. Because now I'm without a partner and it's a 2v1. This is just such, like, honestly, look, he's covering. What he's doing is he's going to let his mate come up and he's going to cover him. And I'm just going to molly that, and then I'm going to actually just shotgun this guy in the face. This is so stupid. That Mexican kid can play. They can all play. They've beaten us before. But they're doing this weird playbook. I don't know if they've seen it in PMGC or PMCO, whatever you want to call it. He's pushing up, and he's going to kill me when I leave the safety of my cover by his mate's going to spray me at the same time as he engages me, and he's going to go home a champion. But, like, I just don't give it to him. The same way they sent a player all the way out on the flank, and I just didn't give it to them. When you are against these kind of guys, you've got to start expecting the way they play is to, like, they just love this sweaty angle bullshit, and it will drive you crazy. But once you start cottoning onto it and you start making the most of it, you will actually be able to use that to get yourself in great positions and win games. You can see we put a little bit of cover here just inside the circle. We've moved in. He's got to move in as well, but we got the high ground. It's the whole reason I went to this mountain. If the circle shifted over here, we were going to be looking down the hill, and I would much rather be looking down the hill than looking up it. And then I throw what is an absolute perler of a grenade. So I'm like, okay, he's putting his smoke there. He's got to be in that tree. Let's see how this goes. Cook it, watch it, and shoot the side of the tree. So if he has to leave, he's going to get hit. Didn't matter. That was enough. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it helps you, and I hope you stay safe on the battlefield. Remember to like and subscribe. And as always, just be good to each other out there. Bye for now.